Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
The answer to the question of how to change the coolant of the car with your own hands is not as simple as it seems at first glance. It should be noted that many car owners do not have such a question even because they consider the replacement of antifreeze a waste of money. Why change antifreeze? The need to replace the engine cooling fluid is dictated by its composition and the processes that take place in it during operation. Antifreeze consists of ethylene glycol or propylene glycol diluted with distilled water with the addition of anti-corrosion additives. The latter is more expensive, so it is used less frequently. They both have a low freezing point and a small coefficient of expansion when changing from liquid to solid. Anti-corrosion additives are needed to reduce the strong corrosive effect on metals, which ethylene glycol is particularly characterized by. Of course, this corrosion is not so strong as to cause depressurization of the cooling system. But it creates a layer of oxide on metal parts, which significantly reduces the heat conductivity and thus impairs the heat dissipation from the car engine. Because of this, the operating temperature of the engine can increase by several degrees. This will negatively affect the oil condition and also increase the wear of parts such as piston rings and valves, since they work at high temperatures and need good heat dissipation. Over time, when exposed to high temperatures, anti-corrosion additives degrade and lose their properties. Exposure of the coolant to exhaust gases, in the case of a leaky connection between the cylinder head and the cylinder block, will cause early failure of the coolant. Dilution of antifreeze with ordinary water also severely impairs its anti-corrosion properties. When to change the coolant? When to change the coolant, corrosion in the engine cooling system if you have diluted it with water. After the end of the service life. The replacement interval depends on the composition of the coolant, and for antifreeze with silicon-based additives should not be less than once every 2 or 3 years. The mileage of the car without replacement of such antifreeze should not exceed 45,000 kilometers. The periodicity of antifreeze replacement. Check with the manufacturer of this fluid if oil gets into it. In this case, flushing is mandatory. If you do not know how long the antifreeze has worked. What to do if you do not know how long the antifreeze has worked? Take a closer look at the appearance of the coolant. Antifreeze that has lost its bright color, cloudy and faded, is desirable to change. The presence of a reddish tint indicates the presence of rust in the coolant. Measure the density of antifreeze. The density of a new one should be close to 1.078 g/cm3. During operation, the density of the antifreeze may change either upward or downward. To clarify whether the coolant of the car should be changed, use test strips. They are sold where antifreeze is sold. Test strips are inexpensive. How to change the coolant with your own hands step by step. Complete antifreeze replacement consists of draining the used fluid, filling in new coolant and venting the system. This operation is not difficult. It can be performed with your own hands. Flushing the cooling system of the car is not mandatory in all cases. To drain the liquid from the radiator provides either a tap or a drain hole with a plug. Both are usually unscrewed with fingers, but sometimes it is necessary to use pliers. The drain hole on the cylinder block is located in its lower part near the junction with the pallet. It is most often closed with a bronze plug with a tapered thread. The head of the plug is usually a hexagonal wrench from 12 to 14. Procedure for changing antifreeze: place the car on a level, horizontal platform. Allow the car engine to cool down. To avoid getting burned while draining the fluid. If you suspect sediment in the antifreeze, run the engine for a minute to agitate the sediment. To keep as little spent fluid in the system as possible, drain from both the radiator drain and the cylinder block. The order of draining is not important. Fully open the heater valve so that the antifreeze flows out of the heater radiator. Place a basin under the drain holes. Radiator drain plug. Now you know how to change the coolant with your own hands. Antifreeze classification. In conclusion, changing the coolant in your engine is a straightforward process that can significantly enhance your vehicle's performance and longevity. By following the steps outlined in this video, you can ensure that your engine remains cool and operates efficiently. Remember to always consult your vehicle's manual for specific instructions and safety precautions. Regular maintenance, including coolant changes, is key to keeping your engine in top condition. Thank you for watching, and happy driving!